LeBron's former teammate Shumpert talked about the comparisons between the King and Luka Doncic. Shumpert said, quote, "I don't see the same type of dominance of LeBron coming from Luka." Shannon, what do you think? Do you agree?
No, I don't agree. I do see the same type of dominance, Skip. I see every opponent going to the game trying to find a way to neutralize Luka Doncic. We're going to make the other guys beat us, and he's still able to get the numbers that he gets. We saw LeBron, and neither one of the guys, I mean, LeBron had Mo Williams for a couple of years, had Big Z, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. He had those guys for a couple of years, but for the most part, it was LeBron by himself trying to do a lot. Yeah, he has teammates, but I'm saying, Skip, he didn't have all-star teammates, first team All-NBA, second team All-NBA type teammates. And when you look at it, and Shump did say the athleticism. All I know is for a guy that's unathletic, that can't run fast, can't jump high, and doesn't have an Adonis body, somebody's getting those numbers, and he's getting them in spectacular fashion. You look at the numbers are very comparable. LeBron leads him in points, but in everything else, rebound and assists, Luka's ahead. LeBron at 23 had taken the team to the NBA Finals. Let's not lose sight that Luka Doncic just knocked off the #1 seed, a team that won the West by 11 games, the team that won that was the #1 seed. He went there in a Game 7 in their building.
Yep.
He beat them. He led that charge. He did do that.
You could also argue that team knocked itself off, or knocked itself out. But go ahead.
But Skip, look. They're so much more alike than unalike. Both can score at an elite level. Both can rebound. Obviously, LeBron can rebound the ball above the rim. Luka is a below-the-rim rebounder. Both have unbelievable passing skills. LeBron is a more willing passer than Luka is, but they both can pass the basketball. Both facilitate an offense really, really well. We got to stop. Yes, LeBron athleticism was off the charts, and he's still in year 20 more athletic than Luka going to be in year 5.
Agreed.
There's no denying that. But to say these guys aren't comparable at the same age, it just isn't true. There's more to. I mean, everybody can't be Olajuwon. Everybody can't be Shaq. All big men cannot be 7'1", 330 pounds. And can run and is agile as Shaq. You can't say, well, because he's not agile as Shaq, because he doesn't have the moves like Olajuwon, because he can't shoot a mid-range jump shot like Ewan, he's not a good big. You can't do that, Skip. And I think far too many people says because Luka isn't athletic, well, that's why, I can't put him up there. He's plenty athletic enough to get the job done because somebody keeps putting up these numbers that's ungodly.
Okay, you finished?
Yeah.
We're about to suffer some role reversal here on this show because you have forced me into a position of defending your man, LeBron James, because I am 1,000%. I'm 1,001% with Iman Shumpert. And by the way, I have always loved Shump's basketball brain. I think he has a future in this business if he would so choose. I have no idea what's in his head and heart about this, but every time he speaks on this order, I perk up and listen. And I loved what he said because I agree with what he said. We start out with the athletic edge. Well, clearly, in the end, it's just LeBron has the athletic edge.
Yeah.
And Shump's point is that what we've seen from the LeBrons, the Kobes, and the Mikes, in the end, that's the breaking point, says Shump. That's where it's like you can do something so freakishly athletic that nobody can stop that. In the end, with Michael Jordan, you just say, that's just too good. That's like God said, let there be Jordan, and nobody's going to be able to stop that. I'm talking about in his prime, the leaping ability, explosive leaping, the shot making around the rim and the lane. It's just like, I'd never seen anything like it before. Same with Kobe, and same on occasion with LeBron. LeBron is bigger than Kobe and Mike. Certainly Mike, because we're going at his peak, 6'9", 270. And you want to talk, I've said it, I've never seen a better, more powerful driver of the basketball than LeBron James because he's ambidextrous. He's born left-handed.
Yes.
He was born left-handed.
Skip, you even said, okay, well, LeBron gets a head of steam. Well, Luka can't get that head of steam, and people still bounce off and skip like they bowling pins.
Okay, I'm going to give you this. I was watching closely last night. Luka has a first step of quickness that is vastly underrated because he has the ability just in one step to get the edge on you to get into the lane.
Right.
Because if he didn't have it, he would just get suffocated out on the perimeter because the quicker guards would just get up into him and they just wouldn't let him get around, right? But he can get around anybody with that one step of quickness. And once he gets the step, then he bodies you up and he keeps you on his hip and he just takes you right down the lane and he takes you into deep water. He takes you into troubled waters because he's going to force somebody else to come stop him.
Correct.
And then now good things are going to happen for Luka. He's going to get the foul line or he's going to kick it out for a wide open three.
Right.
Okay, so I give you the weird step of quickness that I haven't seen before in many players who do. I think Larry Bird did have that step because he was slow-footed as far as running up and down the court. But you have to have. It's like they talked about Emmitt Smith. It's like North Turner used to tell me he has quickness in a confined space.
Right.
He ran 4.6 at the combine. He ran 4.6 and. Why did Jimmy Johnson trade up to snatch him? Because he can play. Because Jimmy had seen him up close and personal, Miami versus Florida. He saw we just can't stop the guy because he has quickness in a confined space where it's this kind of quickness where you can't get a bead, you can't draw a bead and get a shot on him. You can't hit him with the quote-unquote kill shot. He's always unhittable in the hole. Then he can duck and dart. He was only like 5'9". He's gonna get behind those elephant offensive linemen and get into the clear. Well, Luka has some of that going on where it's quickness in a confined space. But now let's continue on with Shump. He says that after a while, he says, I just think that after a while, somebody is going to stop the step back stuff. Well, I agree. And his point was, it's no way I can watch James Harden do that for that long and not win, and then look at Luka and say, okay, you're going to step back with your right hand, but yours is still going to work. Well, after a while, they'll catch up with it. They'll just say, the step back's not good enough. It's not Dirk enough that you can go win championships with your step back. Because after a while, if that's all you got, I'll stop that. That's what Shump is.
But Skip, you're saying long term. I'm not looking at Luka 10 years, year 10, year 12, year 13. I'm saying in the first 4 years, Luka has displayed the same level of dominance as LeBron.
Statistically,
yes.
Okay.
Yes. But can both of them not control the game? Have we seen two guys not control the game any better than what those two guys can control the game?
Okay, I hear you. But again, to Shump's point, for years we raved about James Harden's step back. Well, he's 6'5", and he can still slither into the lane and get around as you get to the free throw line. But it doesn't contribute mightily to winning.
Yeah,
that's the point. Where after a while, okay, so you can shoot step back threes and it gets you where? Gets you some stats.
But see, Skip, when I look at it, you can be dominant and not win, or you can win and still not be dominant. The question is, in their first 4 years, is Luka as dominant as LeBron was? I say yes, even though he doesn't have the athleticism that LeBron has. Okay. Now, 10 years from now, Skip, we can debate that. We'll be right here. And now, I have a lot more gray. You'll probably have some gray, too. I'm going to have a goatee. I'm going to grow me a goatee in the next couple of years. But anyway.
I'll look forward to that.
But first, for 4 years, Skip.
Okay, here's the difference. Physicality. Not that LeBron is a natural-born physical player, but he's just so big and strong. He wears defenders down and out over 4 quarters to where they don't want to take the pounding anymore.
Well, when LeBron first got in the league, obviously the game was more physical than what it is now.
Okay, so Luka plays with more force than I ever thought he could because he'll get up into people. Last night, a couple times, he got into Wiggins, and he just knocks him out of the way. He knocked him under the basket and went ahead and laid the ball up.
Right.
Okay, so it's not weight room strength. I don't know. It's just like God-given strength he just has. And he stays a little bit heavy to me, just a little bit. He's not in sleek shape.
No.
And yet that, whatever that girth is that he carries, works in the lane because he can bump you off him. Okay, so I give you that. Now let's get to passing. LeBron is still, to me, a considerably better passer than Luka because LeBron 2 or 3 times a night, at least once a night, will make a pass where I'll say, That is real. That is genius right there.
Yes.
Luka doesn't do that. Luka's passes are more the kick out from the lane passes, the skip passes all the way across, the two-hand over the head.
Yeah, I mean, but
passes.
he got some going to the basket where he'll throw it over his head.
Every once in a while,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of whipped cream.
Yes.
It's not that cool. You know, like in the end, if you boil it down, it didn't really get you anywhere. But LeBron will create more two-point passes than Luka will create because his is more the kick-out three-point kind of passes. He doesn't get in the lane and just cut you to ribbons with his bounce passes to the big for a dunk.
Well, Skip, because of LeBron's athleticism, when he jumps, he's a lot higher up, so he has a better vantage point of seeing the court as opposed to Luka not being able to elevate as high. But he's tall. I mean, he's plenty tall enough, Skip. I just think the thing is, I'm not projecting where Luka's going to end his career. I'm just looking at when he says as dominant, I'm looking at LeBron's first 4 years, and I'm looking at Luka's first 4 years. And they're very, very comparable.
Okay, I got you statistically, but just psychologically, if I'm defending, I would much rather defend Luka at this stage in age than LeBron back at this stage in age, because LeBron was a flat-out force.
Right, yes. And Skip, I think the thing is people, when they looked at Luka, they're like, he's not going to be that good. Man, he played with them slow guys over there in Europe, and Luka had to prove it. LeBron came in, they looked at LeBron, they're like, man, this 18-year-old kid got a grown-ass man body right now. He built like he's 25. Ain't no way. I need to see birth certificate. Ain't no way this man 18 years old with that body. And you looking at Luka, Skip, and you like, man, they finna eat him up. And then you like, y'all do realize y'all not eating him up. He's eating you guys up.
My friend Branson Wright in Cleveland wrote a great piece on ESPN.com the other day about the day that LeBron, he was still 17.
Right.
And he was just a high school player, and he played with some of the